KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Friday KVJ After the Show podcast. Hello, hello. The weekend is here, y'all. Here we go. Big stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be out at the Susan G. Komen West Palm Beach More Than Pink Walk. Starts at 8:30. We'll be at the WRMF 10 a little bit before that. If you want to stop by and say hello, please do that. Denny's will be out today at the Chevron on Lawrence Road in Boynton Beach from 3 to 5 p.m. for scratch-off lottery tickets. So if you have a deceased loved one that gave you the lottery tickets, come out and get those with Denny's, play, or get your scratch-offs, however you want to play it. And then Virginia out tomorrow 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the free Family Fun Day in Boynton Beach. Is going to be going on there.
At the Schoolhouse Museum and Boynton Amphitheater.
Cool.
Normally it costs money to get in that museum, but tomorrow it's free.
Dang.
Bring the kids.
Okay. Big stuff. A lot going on.
A lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of interesting comments from today's KVJ show. Thanks for hitting us up. Mail at kvjshow.com. Jaybird thinks maybe his mom saved him from impending doom in his house. A little bit of a spark working on some musical equipment, and he audibly heard her say his name, and then he was brought to attention and noticed the fire that was starting to fire up in his kitchen.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Pretty crazy. Heard some other interesting stories, too. My reference about the lotto numbers was somebody else saying that her fiance had a dream with these numbers in it. He wrote them down, procrastinated, and then gave them to his fiance, and she looked at him, and they were the lottery numbers that just hit on the Powerball.
You idiot.
Crazy, right?
I'd be so mad.
That's
crazy.
That's quite a story.
Crazy.
I would be so mad at him. Really? You procrastinated the message from the great beyond?
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you wonder, too, do you get messages and you're just saying, I'm not paying attention to shit?
I mean, he got the message. He was paying attention. He wrote down the numbers in his phone, and then he just didn't follow through and go to the store and get the tickets. I mean, dude, that is on you.
Right. That's pretty crazy. Abigail said, yeah, definitely real. I have had experiences with the paranormal. Spirits do follow you. I saw my past grandmother sitting on a chair across the room from me. She was protecting me.
Wow.
Tap into it, bird. Spirits exist. She also said, yeah, I've seen dead people 2 times ever since I feel these spirits around me. And she said it was because she had a near-death experience, and she has a new liver as well. And she just constantly now, since I guess she came close to the other side, it's almost like she is in tune to it. There was, if I remember right, back when I was a kid, I never saw the movie. Great cast in it called Flatliners.
Yes.
I think the whole movie was them trying to do something like that. They were taking themselves to the edge of death, right? To see if they could tap into what was on the other side.
Yes.
The near-death experience stories are amazing. Some of them really are. And it's crazy. I've looked into a lot of these stories, and a lot of people say they don't care about the dumb shit after it happens. They just go, don't fucking waste another minute worrying about bullshit you do not need to be worrying about. They almost live in the now. They speak about it. It's
And
crazy.
stop sweating all the stuff that you think is so important. Like, think about it. Will it matter to you on your deathbed if you were 10 minutes late for something? No.
Is that what you tell yourself when you're late, Virginia?
Totally.
How convenient, huh?
They can't start till I get there anyway, because I'm the party, bitch.
She is right, though. On your deathbed, there's going to be a lot of shit. I don't think
You're going to look back and go, why did I beat myself up about being 10 minutes late? That was stupid.
Well, just whatever version of that. I do feel like some humans really worry about things that are not going to ever happen. And it's just a good reminder. There's a lot of shit in life that's not going to matter on your deathbed. And I mean that as a positive thing, not a negative thing.
Don't get stuck in those things that stress you out and make you upset. And if someone's messing with you and they're just a stupid ass, like, don't let them get you.
That's right.
Keep your chin up and just laugh at them.
Mm-hmm. Got Jack wanting to know if you've seen the official trailer for Roadhouse yet, Jaybird, the new Jake Gyllenhaal version.
So I've seen clips of stuff that they were filming, but I have not seen the official trailer
I sent
yet.
it to you about 20 minutes ago in your email.
I will absolutely check it out.
Because Jack is very interested to find out what you think of it. You are the Roadhouse lover.
I love the original Roadhouse. It's one of the cheesiest movies ever made. I mean, it is fucking next level bad, but awesome.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but you guys were taking me down memory lane about maybe one of the oddest movie lines of all time. Didn't even remember this.
Oddest or greatest? I don't know. It's a fine line.
I'll let Virginia judge. What is the movie line and what's the context of how it's used in the original Roadhouse?
Set the scene.
So Dalton and the bad guy, one of the main bad guys who's supposed to be really good, they're fighting, and they're pretty much fighting to the death. And as they're fighting, the one guy who's trying to beat up Patrick Swayze's character, Dalton, has him, is about to kill him, and looks at him and goes, I used to fuck guys like you in prison, and goes to rip his heart, or shoot him, or rip his heart out, or something like that. And Patrick Swayze obviously blocks him and then rips out his throat and wins the fight. But the line is, I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
It's a lot.
It's kind of an odd line, isn't it? It's wow. All right.
He's basically saying...
And think about that. That was the last thing that guy said. I used to fuck guys like you in prison, and then he's dead. That's
St. Peter's going to be going, tisk, tisk, tisk.
I mean, imagine if the last line, the last words you ever say in life is what becomes your epitaph on your tombstone. His would be, I used to fuck guys like you in prison, and he lies underneath that stone.
You know what? It wasn't his last line.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay.
He didn't die?
He does die. He has one more line after
You
he
need
dies.
to, because if that was the rule, you don't want that line on your tombstone. You imagine walking through a graveyard and you'd see that and be like, ooh.
And then Patrick
Who's that guy?
Swayze's character rips his throat out and then he kills him. It's really, it's so amazing.
I watched the trailer today for it. And it's got Jake Gyllenhaal. He's shredded in it. He looks really good. That dude must have worked out like a maniac to get in that kind of shape.
All natural.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but
I can
it
tell you
worked.
it's not natural.
It worked.
It rhymes with droids.
Yeah.
Well, he's not big at all. He's just really lean and shredded.
And you know how to get that way.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, your diet and what you do with cardio and how you work out, it's insane.
Needles, cardio. You do weights. You do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can get help.
I mean, I did the needle stuff to get big. That's what put the bulk on. I mean, the thing that's tough with that is sometimes you get a little puffy and you do take on water weight. Shredding is a different kind of animal.
I do needles to get small.
Yeah, you can now. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So I don't know what kind of combination he did. How
They're
much
all
of it
doing
was real,
needles.
but you know, he's an older dude too.
That's what I mean. Anybody over the age of 40, and they're all jacked up, small, looking amazing. It is not natural. They're not.
He's 43. Jake Gyllenhaal is 43 years old, so to look the way he does at 43 is unbelievable.
And he probably did a lot of work in the gym.
Yes.
But he probably also was sticking himself with some needles. Some in the stomach, subcutaneous, some in the ass, testosterone. Like, they can get the perfect cocktail. Those guys have so much cash.
And please, if you're 46 years old and you're shredded and you do it natural, I understand that there's people that are able to do that. I'm just saying, it's Hollywood. They're doing a movie. He's in his 40s. He wasn't always shredded. Don't be shocked if there was some help. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, people, when they say it's natural, people are trying to say that The Rock was natural. What? The Rock? His head has changed 7 different shapes 7 different times.
It's large.
It's large. But
very
I mean,
large.
I get it. He's a movie star. He needs to look like a fucking superhero. I get it.
Pharmaceuticals work. Whether they're illegally obtained or legally obtained, those needles work.
Just don't say you're eating fish and just eating chicken and then you're hitting the gym hard, because I'm not. You're doing that, but you're also doing steroids.
So the premise of this movie, the thing I did like about it, it's set in the Florida Keys. And it is a roadhouse. It's kind of like a tiki bar. It looks a lot different than what the roadhouse looked like in the original movie. And I like that it's in the Keys. I don't know if the tiki bar exactly works, because the roadhouse was rough and tumble. You had to have the musical talent behind a cage because of the beer bottles and everything that would fly. And knowing the Keys like we do, I mean, come on. I mean, is there a bar that's that violent in the Keys where everyone's just going in there and fighting and kicking ass all night long?
There's a reason why.
I've never heard of it, if there is.
There's a reason why Roadhouse, the original, has a folklore and a cheesiness and a crowd that still talks about it to this day.
Yeah.
Because it was niche and cheesy, and it was. I don't think it's even done deliberately bad. I think they're trying to make a cool action movie,
Right.
and it came off just so hokey, and that's what made it what it is.
Yeah.
No one would have gave a fuck about that movie if it wasn't like that. Are they going to do that? Or are they trying to make a real movie?
No, I think they're trying to make a real movie. And like I said, the first thing that didn't connect was that. I didn't believe it, because to me, I've spent a lot of time at bars that look just like that, and they ain't that rough.
Exactly.
You know, the old Roadhouse did. There are some old country bars or off a highway somewhere, and yeah, people go and they just want to go out and kick ass all night long. And so that seemed more legit. So already it didn't feel legitimate. Then the premise is so South Florida. There is some money tycoon that wants to take over the land for the roadhouse and put condos and all that kind of crap up. And so on top of it, he's trying to save the roadhouse as he's trying to also fend off. And so the guy who's going to try to buy it, the rich dude, Conor McGregor's in it. He does look good. You know, the MMA fighter, the Irish guy?
Yes, I love him. He's such a lippy bitch.
Yeah, he's a lippy bitch, and he does look like he's good in this. So that kind of brought me back on. I'm like, kind of like the yeah, so I didn't buy that bar would be that violent, but I love the Conor McGregor angle to it.
He is so lippy. He don't know how to get out of his own way, and I respect that.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
Yeah, so it goes back and forth. And then the thing that kind of tells me that maybe it's not going to be a classic is apparently this movie is going direct to streaming, and it does not get a theatrical release. And apparently the director is pissed because he thought it was going to be in theaters. It's going straight to Amazon. And he said, so they're using my movie to fucking sell toasters? He's not happy.
So yeah, it
wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
According to the trailer, it looks like he's a former UFC fighter.
Yep.
And
so they modernized it that way.
And you're right. It's straight up very tiki. It does not have the feel of the original Roadhouse.
It doesn't. That bar doesn't work for the Roadhouse because, like I said, it's any kind of beach, and it probably is a real bar actually in the Keys. It looks like it could be.
Did they really go to the Keys to film it? Because that's cool.
It's hard to say you're in the Keys and not be in the Keys and fake it because the Keys is so unique. If you know what the Keys looks like. There's not really many other places in America that looks like that. I know sometimes they take it to Georgia and say they're in Florida, but I don't know of any place in Georgia that looks like the Keys.
I don't know, man. I'm watching the trailer. I hope I'm wrong.
I think it's a different kind of movie. I think it's going to suck, honestly. I'm not getting good vibes on it.
I'm not getting good vibes.
Yeah.
But you'll watch it.
I will
You got to give it
Yeah.
a full watch so you can say.
Well, I mean, the fact it's going to be on Amazon, it's going to be easy to watch. You don't have to
You're right.
go to a theater or anything.
It'll be easy to turn off.
Yeah, no doubt. Something that I don't know what this is, but if you liked Austin Butler in Elvis, he has got a new show debuting today on Apple TV Plus called Masters of the Air. I think Virginia got all hot and bothered for that Austin Butler.
He was hot in Elvis. I liked the dark hair. That's not his natural hair color. I don't like him as much with the goatee and the lighter hair. I liked him as Elvis a lot.
Okay. Well, this is based on a book from 2007. It follows the actions of the 100th Bomb Group, a B-17 Flying Fortress unit in the 8th Air Force during World War II. They were nicknamed the Bloody 100th. Actually, that sounds pretty good.
You're into it. It's
yeah.
got history.
It got me, yeah.
A
Okay.
hot guy.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. It's everything I need in a movie. History and hot guys.
I know you love it.
I do love it. Okay. I'm sold on that, actually. I always get so many suggestions here. In fact, I had suggested to Suits. I'm like, "Had you watched Roadhouse?" And he's like, "Yeah, I tore it apart. It was a terrible movie." So
Really?
yeah,
It's not,
yeah, he didn't like it.
I get why people do not like it.
Right. Have you watched The Burbs? That's what Alfonso's saying. Might be a good one for Suits.
That's
Okay.
a classic.
It's a Tom Hanks.
Corey Feldman's in it.
That's right. Okay, yeah, we threw out that as a topic this week.
Rick Dukeman.
Who?
Yeah, he was a stand-up comedian that they were trying to make happen. It never quite.
You couldn't make Dukeman happen?
You couldn't make Dukeman, and then he passed away. He's no longer with us.
Damn.
But he was on the comedy circuit big time in the '80s and '90s, and you could tell he was breaking in, but couldn't stay.
And now he's dead.
And now he's dead.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. How about that?
Rest in peace, Dukeman.
Rest in peace.
Both go, who?
Dukeman? I have never heard that name in my life.
No.
The only reason why I know because they would always run comedy specials on HBO. HBO was big with running stand-up all the time, and they were always featuring these up-and-coming comedians. It was on every single night, it seemed like, and he was always on there. Good story, Bird. I always love when a long-winded story is followed up by silence from your coworkers.
So much wind to go nowhere.
Yeah, fuck this Dukeman guy. Just kidding.
Bird, he's bringing you down.
He's bringing us all
Fuck
down.
him.
I think we're losing numbers.
We take back the rest in peace.
Shit.
And for you, actually, Bird, I think you like this show too. Sex in the City is coming to Netflix in April.
I mean, I've been there, done that.
Okay, the original?
The original. I've seen it so many times.
Would you watch it again, Virginia?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would give it a shot, maybe, but I mean, I certainly don't want to watch that season when they were all woke and trying to.
That would be the only thing I would recommend everybody to watch.
I know they've switched it up yet again from that because they got so much backlash, but I want to remember it how I remember it back in the day.
I'm so bummed out they didn't keep going with the way they were going on season 1. I wanted it.
Somebody got their attention.
Oh, it's great.
Back out of this.
So terrible.
Clint said, "Sorry if I missed you discussing this already, but I've been dying to hear your commentary on the cringe fest that your boy, Rob Shithead Schneider, delivered on Nashville's New Year's Eve show.
Oh, I missed this.
I assume you know what I'm talking about, but if not, El King was a main host, and your boy made several appearances that were beyond cringy. Given your disdain for Shithead Schneider, you'll love to watch how awful he is on this New Year's Eve show. Man, holy shit, he was a half-sucked cock."
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah, it's here. It's on. It's on TikTok. It's on YouTube.
Oh shit, we gotta hear some of that.
With Jaybird's love of awkward as fuck cringy video clips, these appearances will be sure to please. I thought when y'all spoke about Elle's disastrous Grand Ole Opry performance, this would come up. Please give a review on Shithead Schneider's appearance on Nashville's New Year's Eve show. It will make my face hurt laughing.
Oh, he gets political.
Yeah, he's political
He's
now.
very Republican,
Yeah, he
it
is.
says.
Yeah.
Because
He is.
New Year's Eve is definitely the time to get political.
Well, I want to hear. Can we
He
play
can't
any
help
of it?
himself.
Yeah.
He cannot help himself.
Wow.
That's so funny.
He said, and I assume you can't do cocktails and karaoke with the insurance bullshit, but
Oh my gosh.
We can't.
hearing you guys sing during headphone karaoke had me laughing out loud by myself. So, yeah, if we can't do that, we'll do the next best thing.
We'll put this shit show on the radio.
That's right.
You won't be able to see it live yet. But we are trying behind the scenes to figure out this insurance bullshit.
Yeah. Boy, Bird, you got a lot of things to watch this weekend all of a sudden.
No shit.
How about that, huh?
Yeah, I do. I got a lot to do.
Got an email here from Shelly. She said, this could be Jaybird's death. Not sure if you have them down there. But have you heard about Dave's Hot Chicken? I saw this. What was she used to be one of them, like a housewife, and she's not anymore, and she had her own drink, like skinny drinks.
Oh, Bethany Frankel. Skinny Girls.
Skinny Girls,
Girl.
yeah.
It's a whole brand, actually.
Yeah, I saw her making a video. She was at one of these Dave's Hot Chicken. You have to sign the waiver and all that. Her and another dude had tried it out.
I flipped on her. I used to love Bethany. Now I think she is ridiculous.
I tried her skinny salad dressing, and I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I bought some of her Skinny Girl shapewear, and I loved it.
Okay.
She had everything Skinny Girl. She was having like snack products, shapewear, the cocktails that you know about, like food, all kinds of stuff. I don't know how much of that is still out there, but she's now gone to YouTube because she's pissed off Bravo. She is uninvited.
Oh, really?
To ever come back to Bravo.
What did she do? Do you know?
She called them all out, and she was trying to get this whole uprising, the reality reckoning, she was calling it, where she was going to get all these reality stars that had been discarded by Bravo, and they were all going to band together and sue Bravo because what they were saying was that producers intentionally ply the contestants with alcohol, and not contestants, but people on the show, ply them with alcohol, create drama that's not there, start fights, and are abusive behind the scenes. Well, duh.
Yeah.
That's how you make good reality show content. The producers were just doing their job, and she was going to do this big thing, this reality reckoning, and bring down Bravo. And it's gone nowhere. All it's done is put her ass on YouTube, and that's the only platform you're probably ever going to see her again on.
Ouch. Okay. Well, yeah, she had gone there, and apparently if you want a really hot-ass chicken sandwich, go for the Reaper. Now, you're right, we don't have them here. They have a Dave's Hot Chicken in Tampa and one in Altamont Springs that I see, but not Dave's, that brand. Now, they do have like a hot chicken place in West Palm, but it's not Dave's that has that crazy sauce.
Is it the same thing as the Nashville Hot?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about Dave's.
Where it's like sweet and sticky, but it's also spicy.
Well, I imagine what this Reaper is. It's something that's it's more a novelty kind of thing.
I don't want the Reaper. If it's that hot, I don't like all that.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to sign a waiver for, that's what they're doing. But they have them like Chicago, around Dallas, New York City. They're there. So a lot in Texas, Minneapolis, that area. So you can check out some of those there.
Is it the same Dave that has this insanity sauce that we used?
That stuff is...
I don't know. It could be. I mean, I would make sense, actually, because that stuff is ridiculously hot.
Dave's
really
insanity sauce. Mm-hmm. This guy is out of California.
Okay.
But it says it's made in Costa Rica.
Huh.
And packaged in Texas.
Manufactured for a business in California, but it is produced in Costa Rica.
Could be. They do have a Dave's just a little bit east of Los Angeles.
It's hot.
Maybe.
This shit's hot.
Yeah, it is hot, no doubt. If you like the food game and you want to go check out our KVJ E-Blast today, go sign up for it at kvjshow.com. A couple of foodie events this weekend that I did not let you know about earlier. On Saturday, they've got Chef Jason Weiner of Almond. It's on Palm Beach. He's going to be at Holman's Harvest in Loxahatchee Groves. So I guess they have these chefs and they do little things. And then they have a Michelin-starred chef, Andrew Ayala. He's from Le Jardiniere at Paradise Farms in Homestead on Sunday. I know the Swank Farms often does stuff on Sunday as well, but so I guess big name chefs, that is a thing. You ever heard of the James Beard Foundation Awards?
Everybody knows James Beard.
Bird, you know James Beard, right?
Not as well as I know his cousin, John Mustache.
Yeah.
That's stupid. It's a dumb joke.
It's like a certain handful of people get nominated for a James Beard Award. And
Okay.
they have a lot of times it's like new chefs, hot chefs, chefs that are really doing some great stuff. So if you've been nominated for a James Beard Award, it's a high honor.
Yeah, they say chefs, bakers, wine programs, and tastemakers. And South Florida did not have a good year this year. 6 semifinalists for 2024. That's down from 14 last year. And the only real nominations, Broward got shut out, snubbed. Palm Beach had Clay Conley. He was nominated for a fifth time. Yep,
he's Buchan. He's great.
Now-
Okay.
He's hot, too. He is sexy.
As hot as Don Conley? Of the Conley brothers from Kevinstown.
I think something has to be said for how hot that guy is. And if you look at a lot of the James Beard nominations, a lot of them are hot.
Oh, so you
They
think
are
there's
hot?
some
A lot of them have
Yeah.
sexy chef vibes. And I'm just saying, it doesn't
Right.
hurt. If you're getting votes and you're hot,
You would
it
think
helps.
like chefs would be fat asses.
I would be.
And there are,
I'd be a
but
fat chef.
that Clay Connolly is not a fat ass. That guy's hot.
If I was a chef and someone ordered something that was delicious, there's no way I wouldn't have to make me a side piece of. I'm like, all right, they're getting that. I'll make one of mine.
Right, yeah.
I'll just throw my own on there as well.
That's what you think. It'd make more sense. Some of the others, Winwood's Zach the Baker nominated and Valerie Chang for Maddie's in Miami. So that's a few of the ones. They're going to be announced, the finalists, on April 3rd. Winners announced June 10th in Chicago.
It's a big deal just
Okay.
to be nominated.
Okay. Well, congratulations to those chefs.
Says everybody who loses. I'm just happy to be nominated. Whatever. You're going to drink yourself into depression if you don't win.
Rain in Loxahatchee and Virginia some props about the little drink that she had made. Said it's phenomenal. The Orange Julius. She said, I heard Virginia say that she makes an Orange Julius using eggnog and orange juice.
Fresh squeezed.
I didn't have any OJ, and I wasn't going to squeeze Lord knows how many cuties to get enough.
It'd be like probably about 8 cuties.
Okay, so I peeled and threw them in whole. I blended with my leftover Publix eggnog. OMFG, it's delicious. Thank you, Vicious V.
Girl, I got you. It's on point. I'm telling you, we made it over the holiday, me and Rocco. Orange Julius elevated, eggnog and fresh squeezed OJ.
She said, for the next time, do you think it would taste better with vodka or rum?
It always would, but it's not nice to serve that to your 8-year-old, so
Gotcha.
I didn't. But I would. It was a project that me and Rocco were doing, so I did keep the rum out of it.
Okay.
Rum something. Maybe I'll do rum today. Sorry, just add those thoughts that I felt like I should have expressed to everybody.
Rum, huh?
Do you need me to come over and replenish your bar?
My personal life right now has fallen into an abyss, just a fucking black hole right now. But it's not bad. I've got some house problems all going on at one time, mixed with a couple of things that's going on with my family. You know, just regular life stuff. But it's all kind of happening within the last. It's all falling on kind of like today, sort of speak. Today is a perfect storm of fuckery, and it's just kind of. And I wasn't expecting this much fuckery on my Friday.
So definitely today's a day for rum.
That's what I'm saying. If I know I've got a day of just some challenges,
Yeah.
let me at least put on some music in the background, get a little rum, let it kick in, and then go. All right, things are fine.
Yeah. I did a little bit of a deeper dive yesterday on the Whacked Out News. I told you about those 3 guys found dead outside of a house in Kansas City. They had gone over to a buddy's house to watch a Chiefs game.
Yes.
This is an odd story. And maybe, I guess, drug overdose seems like the most realistic thing. But it went down January 9th. These 3 guys, ages 36, 37, 38, they go over to this friend's house to watch the Chiefs game. And apparently there's a 5th guy as well that is there. So the guy who owns the house, this is what's weird. His story is that they watch the game, he goes to bed, He comes back down, and the last he saw was before midnight. Those guys were still there watching Jeopardy.
What?
And then he works from home. The next day, their cars are still there, so he doesn't have to leave the house because he works from home. Doesn't think anything of it. And then he doesn't realize anything's going on until one of those guys' fiancés breaks into his house to see what the hell is going on. They're like, we've been sending you Facebook messages and trying to get a hold of you. Why are you not answering? And so she called the police, the fiance, and when the cops show up, the dude who owns the house is in his underwear holding a glass of wine. And
I don't judge him.
He was like, yeah, he's like, I'm a heavy sleeper and I sleep with headphones and a fan on, so I didn't hear people banging on the door. I didn't know what was going on. They're like, you got 2 dead guys in your backyard and one on your porch. And he's like, yeah, no, had no idea. This is like 2 days later.
What the hell?
It's just weird. Now, he told the police, he's like, yeah, I guess they just froze to death. Now, this wasn't the day of the Dolphins game. I mean, I'm sure it's still cold in Kansas City because it is. All winter's kind of miserable. But, I mean, is it the kind of cold? Like, what were they doing outside? Were they just laying on the ground? Because the odd thing about it is the Kansas City Police Department said that there was no evidence of any criminal activity or foul play at the scene. And they classified the ordeal as a death investigation and not a homicide.
What?
So the only thing that makes sense is it must have been maybe when they're watching Jeopardy, they did some kind of weird drug and then stumbled outside and fell into the grass and died. And then that guy had no idea for 2 days. He had 3 of his dead friends out around his house and totally missed every call and every people banging on the door and every message. Doesn't it just feel weird? Like, what the hell's going on here, man?
It feels like the homeowner knows more than he was saying. And if it was a drug overdose, maybe he was involved in supplying the drugs.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. They haven't revealed the cause of death.
Well, if it wasn't that they were physically harmed, so there's no blood, there's no bullet wound, there's no knife fight that happened, it had to be a drug overdose, right?
I would assume so, but they were talking about, I think the guy that owned the house, I think he was some kind of programmer or something like that and had some credibility. Like I think he was kind of a smart dude, like a respectable guy. That's what just makes it weird on top of it. It doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be needing to deal drugs on the side.
He might not be dealing. He might have just supplied it for a party.
Yeah.
And he may or may not have known that he was supplying his friends drugs that weren't what he thought it was and accidentally gave them all fentanyl and
Yeah. Fascinating.
I hate to be a dick face. One of these fuckery problems, I have to cut the podcast short and I have to bounce out. I apologize. I can fill you guys in later.
Well, me and Kev are just going to go till noon.
Go for it.
Just
Fuck it
kidding.
up.
All right. Birds bouncing, we'll bounce too. All right, y'all have a great weekend.
Can you take him home?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay. All right.
And there he goes.
There you go.
Bipolar Willy Wonka, everyone.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Goodbye.